G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Fully Equipped. Kris McCormack still via satellite because you are in Flow Rider covering the tour, doing your thing. How are you, my friend?
I am taking full advantage of the quality weather and the quality golf here in Florida. Currently, Bay Hill, man. Arnold Palmer week.
That's fun.
Super stoked. Been out on property all week, and then also doing some filming with some of our True Spec studios here, and just got done shooting some content over at our Orlando studio. Going to be heading down to Tampa here pretty soon. But man, it's been a whirlwind trip. I feel like I'm getting the full Florida tour.
Is
Be
it
down in Tampa and then head up to Jacksonville and Ponte Vedra and ripping content up there too. But it's been a good time
has it
seeing
been
all the new toys.
has it been good for you to go back on the road? I know it's been a while since you've been on tour and going and doing that stuff. Are you enjoying it again?
I love it, man. It's I just get to be surrounded by a bunch of like-minded golf nerds that still get to geek out over new gear and data, and I mean it's just a whole community of nerdery, and I dig it.
So being with your people of the nerdery inclination, what is the funnest part about it? Like, is it just opening a drawer and seeing something that we know nobody's ever going to get to see?
I mean, really, it's working with the tour reps. Like they get a box, and it's just like a kid at Christmas. Something comes in from the mothership, and they open it. They have absolutely no context, really, of what it is, what it does, and they build it, and they start putting it in players' hands, and kind of come up with their own conclusions of what it is, what it does, who it works for, and you just kind of see it materialize on tour, and they come up with this. They come up with nicknames for everything, which I absolutely love. But yeah, walking the range here at Bay Hill. I mean, this is a very elite field, and you've got majority of the top 50 in the world here. And I mean, I spent probably a good hour yesterday just following Rory around and watching his practice routine and following him from the driving range to the putting green to the chipping green to the bunker, and just watching how he kind of goes through the motions, and uh, watching him work with some new gear. Same thing with Scheffler, and bouncing on and off the trucks the last couple of days and getting to know those guys, and they're starting to recognize me as a familiar face, so they're opening up a little bit more, and we're uh we're getting a little bit more access here, so that's definitely appreciated.
Yeah, so let's talk about Scotty and Roars really quickly because I know that you sent some photos. You took some photos of Rory's bag, what he's been testing, all of that kind of stuff. I think you shared them with Johnny, and Johnny posted them. Rory's looking at the Qi35, and so is Scotty. So tell us a little bit about that. What you saw that he was practicing with, what he was doing with it. What do you think he's going to game it this week? Do you think Scotty's going to game it this week?
So I mean, tough to say if it's going in play yet. I mean, as it is right now, Scotty is still kind of working in. I mean, obviously, beginning of the season, he was out with a hand injury, and hasn't had a lot of off time to really test and put it through its paces. And trying to work in a new driver during competition's tough. So he's still kind of working with it. He had the TaylorMade team with him yesterday on the range, and had the team from Fuji with him. And I mean, they were working through a couple of different heads. And I mean, if I had to guess, probably seven different variations of Venta shaft. I mean, different lengths, different weights, different tipping. And so he's starting to get more comfortable with it. Now, is he to a point to where he's ready to pull the trigger and put it in the bag? TBD. I mean, here in Orlando today, it's kind of cloudy, overcast, and it is blowing.
Mm.
So the rough at Bay Hill is thick, and it is long. And I mean, I know that there is going to be a premium on accuracy. The golf course usually lends itself to being a little bit more player friendly for those that have some distance. But I mean, with how thick and long this rough is, it really looks like it's going to be a little bit of a bear getting out of.
And
So
and
I don't know if Scotty's going to put it in play this week, but
what
Rory was getting really comfortable with a tour only head that they're kind of calling the QI35 dot head.
and what does that mean by dot head?
So it's a different shape. It's a different head than what's available at retail.
Mm.
So in talking to some of the tour reps and also talking to just some of the guys that are out on the range line, the dot head sits as far as like visual profile. I'll post some pictures as well. I know I sent some to Johnny yesterday, and he posted while I was on the range with Rory. Uh, but I'll post some pictures as well and kind of give a little bit more description. But it is a head that sits right between the current LS and the current core head. So if I were to kind of paint a picture for you as far as the visuals, it has the shape that is more consistent with the LS, but it has two movable weights like the core head front and back, and it's a little deeper than what the current core head is as far as just like the face
Hmm.
height. At least that's what visually it looks like to me. So what I have gathered is it is a little higher launching than the LS. It's more neutral on the start line, but it's more forgiving and higher spin than what we have in LS.
Interesting.
So
Is
I
it
know in QI35, TaylorMade has made a push to try and neutralize the start bias in the LS head. And some players are still seeing a little bit more of a right bias start direction than they want. So this dot head kind of gives them the shape that they like of the LS, but is a little more neutral, just as far as the start line bias and playability of it compared to current LS.
is it kind of like the Callaway's Triple Diamond Max? Is it their version of that?
I mean, I guess you could, if you're going to equate it to another OEM, I guess that would kind of be similar thought process. Yeah.
Fair enough. And then back to Scotty really quickly. Sorry, on Rory's, do you think he's going to game it this week, or do you think he's got another week before he puts it in?
I I think a lot of it's going to be weather dependent, really, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. I mean, because he's super comfortable with his QI10. Uh, so if the weather calms down, I could see him putting it in play this week. If it's blowing, he's probably going to go to something that he's comfortable with, just a guess. So
Any
we'll see.
any shaft changes for him, or just sticking with the Ventus Black? I think he's in Ventus
So
Black.
he's in new Ventus Black, the Velocore Plus, so the 2024 model, in a 6X. He's got some tipping done to it, but yeah, he's in the new Velocore Plus.
Nice. And then what
Yep.
was Scotty trying? You said he was trying a couple of heads and 6 or 7 shafts. Was it all in the? Was it same as Rory, like in the dot and then LS or core? Which way was he kind of going?
So he had his crew around him, so
Get in
I
there.
couldn't yeah, I didn't want to, since he was in test mode, like I it was just Rory and his caddy and one of the TaylorMade guys, so I felt a little more comfortable approaching
Fair,
that
fair.
conversation. And Scotty looked like he was in the thick of it with the Fuji guys, the TaylorMade guys, his crew, bunch of shafts, a few heads, and I didn't want to interject too much. And maybe I should have, being part of the media now, but um, it kind of looked like he was testing LS and the dot head, and he had a few different Fuji profiles that he was kind of working, all in the Ventus family, but he was testing a variety of different combos, and they were moving weights around and they were moving shafts, and so I mean, definitely trying to dial it in. And talking to Mike Essie from TaylorMade, he was kind of saying like, yeah, he just hasn't really had a lot of opportunity to work with QI35 since he was injured, and he has a full schedule of tournaments. So it's like, okay, Monday, Tuesday is opportunity to do some testing, maybe play a few holes out on the golf course with it, but just not comfortable enough to pull the trigger and make that full conversion.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And then really quickly, we've got a ad read to do. We haven't had to do one for a while, so we're back in the game there. But we are talking about the new Golf Pride Align Max Grip. So here, Golf Pride has come out with the new Align grip. I've previously played Align for a while. You've got the grip here, as you can kind of see it. And this is the old version here. You can kind of see the difference there, where the Align portion of it is much thicker and does raise up a lot more versus the older one. So this is definitely going to feel a lot more when it's in your hands, and kind of allow your fingertips to go to the contours they need to go to. It's what I believe is, I think it's 25% bigger, the ridge, than the previous model, but it feels quite substantial. Definitely something I would love to try, just because I've played the Align in the past and I do quite like it. It does help me get set up. It does help my hands get to the right places. So, golfpride.com if you want to check this out. It's the new, as I said, the new Align Max grip that they've got. I like the colorway of it as well. I think it looks really cool. So go to golfpride.com, go check out the new Align Max grip. In my hands, it feels pretty good. Interested to see what it feels like when it is on a club, just because I know with this Align, you can hardly feel it. And then when you put it on a club, you can really feel that ribbing. But yeah, go to golfpride.com and give it a check out.
So I actually had an opportunity to check those grips out on the Mizuno truck yesterday.
Oh,
I just
did you get
happened
to put any in hand?
right place, right time, and yeah, had them in hand. And the Golf Pride rep comes walking on the Mizuno truck with a few sets of grips for the Mizuno truck, and I was like, "Oh, hey, you sponsor our podcast. Want to get my hands on it?" So I had a chance to check those out, and the feel of the ridge in those is noticeably different. So they had them loose, and then immediately the boys on the Mizuno truck threw a couple on some clubs just to see how prominent that ridge was on an actual golf club, and it is noticeably different. Noticeably different.
The ad read says 25% higher. To me, just feeling them raw without being on a shaft, they feel much bigger than that.
I mean, like with a lot of stuff, you got to be kind of conservative with what you claim in print. I mean,
Sure.
I put those in my hand and was like, ooh, like
it feels great.
A different feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was nice because the Gen 1 aligns. I was like, okay, yeah, there's something there, but it's just not enough for me personally to be like, okay, I want to throw these on my clubs right now. Now, the new Max, I want to get a set. I want to throw it on a set of irons, and I want to check it out.
Yeah, me too. So let's get a couple of sets. Let's chuck them on some irons and see how they rock and roll, and go from there.
Got to do it. I'm a fan.
And then we've got a new wedge that's coming out this week. Well, it's kind of come out this week where people are posting photos and what have you. I actually got a really cool little box, surprise and delight at home over the weekend with the new Titleist Vokey Design WedgeWorks in the 44F grind. The group text message that me and Jackie Boy have, I am constantly made fun of when it comes to my wedge and what I decide to play in regards to my lofts. But yes,
I think we made the comment that if Vokey decided to make just a set of irons and call them the SM10 irons, that Wade would have a set and just play SM10 irons.
Probably.
I mean,
maybe
at
not
what
in a
point do you
four-iron.
just go, I think I have enough wedges? I mean, are you just gonna roll with it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it, see what happens. I mean, look, when it comes down to it, we're all golf sickos. We're all gonna have a few sets of irons. We're all gonna have a few sets of wedges. We're gonna all have 35 putters. But
all of us.
When it comes down to it, I think the coolest thing for me, as I said, with the wedges, and especially after coming back from Carlsbad with you, was just truly understanding the utility, like what the utilitarian aspect of wedges are and how you're meant to utilize them properly. And then when I got fit into the 46 degree, and it's just changed my wedge game to the point of like from 120 yards down. So I'm excited to give it a go. The shaft that's in it is not the shaft that I play, so I need to reshaft it and get that sorted out. But I did hit it a couple of times over the weekend, and it felt really, really good. It felt like a Vokey wedge. So it didn't go too much further than my 46 degree, but that's gonna happen because it's only 2 degrees difference, and I'm not swinging too hard. But
sure.
I like that they're doing this. I think it makes a lot of sense. Like why get a 46 degree and de-loft it when you can get a 44 degree and add loft to it if you want to. And there are a lot of people out there that do want to have something that can be a little bit more to them than just a flip wedge or what have you. So I think it's a cool thing. I don't think it's going to be for everybody. I think there's going to be a lot more people that are in the standard, 50, 56, 60, 54, whatever it is, 52, whichever way you want to go. But definitely for me, I've removed a 50 degree altogether and I've got a 46 degree in there instead. And once I reshaft this with my shaft of choice for my wedges, which is the Acra iWedge, the 130, I will definitely be testing it out to see what it does.
I mean, I have no doubt that you will be doing your due diligence to figure out a way to work that in the bag. But I mean, Titleist already had or already has, I should say, more lofts, more grinds, more bounces than anybody by a lot.
Yeah.
And they just keep expanding on the line. I mean, they cover all of those little niches that you just don't see offerings from anybody else. And I mean, no exception here with this new 44. Like, there are players out there that just prefer the shape and the feel and the utility of a traditional type of wedge. And now you have an opportunity to replace a pitching wedge.
Yep.
I mean, it's super cool.
It
I
is
dig it.
cool. It is cool. And then kind of back to the conversation we were having last week with grinds as well. With the amount of lofts they've got, depending on where you're playing. Like if you're playing in Arizona and it's summer, your 50 degrees is going to go 140 yards. But then if you go to Pebble Beach and you're playing in that ocean air, your 50 degrees is going to go 20 yards less. So,
On this True Spec Roadshow, I have experienced that. I was playing at Spyglass and then back to Arizona and then now out here to Florida. I have no idea how far any of my stuff goes.
But that's what I'm saying. So,
I,
like, you can kind of put loft and grind in the same boat. You can utilize it in that regard too.
I have so much respect for caddies that have to just do this on the fly without the help of a rangefinder with a slope feature. And man, I sit there and I go, God, pace of play sucks out on the PGA Tour. But then I'm going, if I'm playing for 1.5 plus $1 million, I want to make sure that I'm hitting the number
Yep.
because I have the ability to hit said number. Now, I'm going, if somebody tells me it's 110, 112, 115, I'm hitting the same club regardless. So I am not going to be that picky, but I have a respect for that looper out there just going through the due diligence to make sure that he is clubbing his player correctly and figuring out all of these different constant changing variables. And I mean, hats off to you boys. That's a hell of a job. Just going and playing coast to coast with a little pit stop in between in Arizona. And that scoring zone changes a little bit as you get into these different elements. And I knew it did, but going like week to week to week and playing, 3 weeks in a row in three completely different environments, and I'm going, wow, I kind of wish I had a tour truck at my disposal. Oh wait, I do. No, I have a newfound respect.
There you go.
No, that's a lot of work just making sure that you're managing your game appropriately in these different environments.
No, that's awesome. No, that makes a lot of sense. But that's also, I think, a reason why that they're coming out with this 44 degree. And as I said, I can't wait to give it a go and see what I can do with it on the course around the greens, 120, 140 yards out. Should be fun. But another piece of another new putter is out. Another new company, or not another new company. A company has joined the Zero Torque movement. TaylorMade. We've got a Spider SK-ZT.
It's not out yet. I mean, it is prototyping
Okay.
for the first time out on tour. Uh, it has a really cool look to it. I mean, it is obviously, when looking at it, a spider and might be a little reminiscent of a shape that we have seen, or at least something similar. I mean, if you're looking at the shape, what does that look like to you?
Me personally,
Yeah. I mean, the shape of it.
probably like the original Spider.
You think it looks like the original? I
To-
wouldn't. I
but
wouldn't say it looks like the original.
Once again,
It's
I haven't seen it in hand. I've only seen a couple of photos of it, and to me, it looks like. But you're also like one of the people that was there when the original Spider came out. But to me,
That's true.
it kind of has more curvature on it than anything.
Yeah,
So to me, it kind of reminds me of the OG.
I've been drinking the spider Kool-Aid for years and years and years. I'm trying to remember what. Gosh, it was a model. I'm gonna have to look this up now because it's gonna drive me crazy. What the spider like lineage looks like as the one that they have come out with now in the SKZT. has three adjustable weights.
Mm-hmm.
It has two weight ports that are forward towards that leading edge that sit way towards the toe, way towards the heel, and then one that is kind of centrally located behind the intersection point of where the shaft goes into the head. And I was rolling some putts with it yesterday out at Bay Hill, and I mean, man, I've been a Spider fan for, like you said, basically since its development, and this one pretty sweet. And just rolling three or four putts with it, I was already kind of digging it. But is it going to be one that takes the Betty out of the bag? Highly doubtful.
Do you see
I
many of
have
the tour players putting in the bag to give it a go, or?
I mean, there was guys rolling it. I mean, they saw the bright blue head cover out there, and immediately just, ooh, something new. New. It's kind of like, ooh, piece of candy, and they just kind of mosey on and look in the bag, and they see something different. I mean, they did a great job with this head cover. It says Proto all over it, and I mean, it is eye-catching from across the putting green. You can't help but see this thing just like a beacon in the TaylorMade staff bag filled with putters. So yeah, people were definitely checking it out. If is it going to go and play this week for somebody? No idea, but there was definitely a lot of attention and kind of a buzz on the putting green of guys trying these out.
Nice. And that's big kudos from you if you're saying the head cover is good, because you are one of the biggest head cover aficionados that I know. So good job, TaylorMade.
Yeah, yep. It's a quality cover. Putter looks great. The feel off of the face, I was really happy with it, and I'm getting seeing more and more offerings from the different OEMs
Hmm.
with the torque balance, with the lie angle balance, with the zero torque. It it's growing on me.
The
So
zero
when
torque's growing on you?
yeah, yeah, just the optics of it.
Okay.
I
This
mean,
the being center shafted and what have you?
exactly. And having the shaft set back away from that leading edge, away from the top line, just the orientation of a center shafted putter for me personally has never jumped out as something that I have found aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm an analytical guy. So doing some testing with it, getting them out on the golf course. I currently have one of the Betty antidotes, the SB2 uh, in the bag, and I absolutely love this thing. I haven't shared pictures of it. I talked to Nico yesterday out on the putting green, and I was like, "Hey, so I know this is a prototype putter, and it's not available at retail. Is it okay if I post pictures or tag Bettinardi?" And he looked at me like I had three heads, and he's like, "Dude, it is your putter now. Like, post pictures, tag us. Sam would love it."
Oh, cool.
And speaking of Sam over at Bettinardi, he agreed to jump on the podcast with us, talk all things Bettinardi. They've
Nice.
got new wedges coming. They have the iron line. They've got a cool new line of putters coming. So I'm excited to get Sam on the pod and pick his brain as I like to do about all things.
Yeah. Yeah, their iron
And
line is super underrated, by the way. I don't know if you.
yeah, it is.
It's such a good feeling iron.
Yeah, I've got a set, and I really like them.
That's awesome.
So, but I mean, back to the TaylorMade putter. I I'm a big fan of it. When they become a little more readily available, I'm going to have to get my hands on one and get some data with it. But the initial impression is two thumbs up. Definitely dig it, and has the pure roll insert in it. And the weighting on it was really cool. I hit a couple just like normal putt, and then had to hit one off the toe, had to hit one off the heel just to see, as the Spider is so stable on those mishits
Mm-hmm.
and gets the ball into a good roll. And distance control is, I mean, you can bang this thing all over the head, and it's just such a stable platform. Like the ball still gets to the distance that you're trying to get to. So I want to do more testing with it. Need to get my hands on one. Putting it on the Christmas list.
I think you're a zero torque guy. I think you turned into one. I remember when we played a few weeks ago and you played the lab just to test it out.
Yeah.
You rolled it really well. You didn't make a lot, but I think it was because you were just getting used to the aesthetics and how to square it up and what have you. But you rolled it so well, and now that you're
Oh,
in
the roll off of it was fantastic.
yeah,
That Oz one, awesome.
and now you're in the Betty, which obviously it's not the same putter, but same concept in regards to zero torque and what have you. And you're saying you're really enjoying the roll of this, and then you've got the TaylorMade Spider SKZT, and you're saying you really enjoyed the roll of that, and now you're enjoying that center shafted pushed back a little bit look. I have a feeling you're going to be the zero torque guy on the pod.
Yeah. I mean, putting is something that I have a fair amount of confidence in. And like you said, the time that we played when I was testing the lab, like my lines were off a little bit, but the distance control was really solid. The consistency and the roll off of the face was really good. And I definitely appreciate that stainless insert that they put on the face of the Oz. It checks the box for me on feel. I like the auditory feedback I get off of that face. The lab stuff prior to having that insert for me, just not the biggest fan of the feel and how it felt coming off the face. The
That's
sound
fair.
wasn't there for me.
Totally fair.
So now that they're offering that Oz with the insert, yeah, I like it a lot better, and I like that shape. No offense to Sam and the gang over there at Lab, but the Oz is a winner on the shape, the DF3 and the previous generations for me. I just could not get past the optics of it. I
That's
just had
fair.
no confidence in it.
That's totally fair, and that makes a lot of sense. I think what they've done with the Oz is great in regards to look and feel and what have you. The feel of that insert is that's going to elevate, I think, Lab, because I think that was one of the biggest gripes by a lot of people, which is just the feel felt very dull, couldn't feel a lot, didn't know where it was going. So if you have tried a Lab putter in the past and you didn't like the feel of it, I definitely recommend you going out and giving an Oz one with the insert a go. It's night and day.
Nice.
But
I think it's worth it, man.
yeah. But on that note, we should probably make a move and get and be done and hang up from each other, because I know you've got to get on the road. So, Kris, it was a pleasure as always talking to you. I miss you. I love you.
Well, that's adorable.
I can't wait
That's
for you to get
adorable.
back so you can be in studio. And do you want to do our socials, or do you not have it in front of you?
Oh no, I do them every week. I think you should roll with them. I
At
mean, we can
X,
do the at fully underscore equipped.
at X,
Or
we are
at
at
fully.
fully underscore equipped, and on IG, we are at fully equipped golf. And then also we've got the hotline bling at 480-442-1168. That's 480-442-1168. Anyway, guys, great to see you, Kris. As I said, have fun. Good luck on the road. Can't wait to see you back here next week, and we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, buddy. I'm gonna be we're hanging up. I'm heading to Tampa. Gonna be filming some content with the True Spec Fitter down in Tampa. Also, inevitably gonna be posting some shorts on my social and tagging the Fully Equipped channel. So make sure and keep an eye out for those. And I mean, always, man, if there's stuff that you guys want us to test, questions on gear, videos that you want to see, anything that you're just like, hey, I need a fitter's perspective. I need Wade to tell me if it's good or if it's shit. Uh, Drop us a comment. I mean, we are, as Wade has said, living your dream for you. So let us do it. Let us know how we can help. We'll see you next time.
Peace.